5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alrighty, folks, this is Steve, Short Shift Garage, and this is Lesson 5. We're going to talk about data preservation. So you've got all these nice charts and everything set up. Let's talk about saving them. So to save a graph, you go to Graphs Layouts, and you simply go up here and click. You can save the individual selected graphs, or you can save all graphs at once. If I have a special graph that I've made, it's really hard to replicate, I will save it as a selected graph. But typically what I'll do is save all graphs. And I usually just don't use it. It'll append graphs.xml to the end of it. So I just type in, like for this one, master. And I'll call it master. Now I'll save that. Now, if I wanted to replace this graph, I'm going to show you something that's a little odd. And you'll figure it out real quick the first time you do it. But if I put that in there, it's going to add it to it. So before you decide you're going to make a new graph, delete everything that's in the current graph. So I'm just going to go through, delete all that stuff, and then I'll go out and get my master, put it in there, and there you go. So that's the trick to that. If you create a new graph, so you add a new graph, it's going to have the defaults in there. Delete all the defaults first, and then put your graph in there as you want to put it in. You do that for each graph, okay? So I named that master. Well, what if I want to call this one master? Well, that's not going to work. So this is going to be Graphs Layout, and I'm actually going to go up here and I'm going to rename this, and we'll call that Master VE, because this is all related to volumetric efficiency. Okay, so that's your fuel trims are your Master VE graphs, and we'll close that. And now I'll go over here and I'm going to call this graph Master Spark. So we'll save all these graphs as, and you can see what happened if I named it Master. That wouldn't have worked. So Master Spark graphs, and we'll save that one. Now we can replace this if we ever need to. For your chart versus time, basically the same thing. This one I'm just going to call master, but you could save the individual groups if you wanted to also. So you could change the selected group. It has to be selected, but I'm just going to save all the groups there. So I'll call this master, and it will append with charts.xml. Oops, I spelled that wrong. And these would be my masters. I can always call them back if I need them. Your channel list. So you cannot save a channel list if you've got a log file open. So you have to go over here, and you can save this as, I already have it saved as master channels. So you just save it under whatever name you want to. That way you can always recall that channel list in case something happens and you lose it. And then for your layout, you can save this whole layout as your master layout. Now obviously you can save different variations of it. It'll append layout.xml to it. So you're fine. Now where are these located? Okay, so you're going to go to your, open up your Documents folder, go to File Exploder, open up your Documents folder, go to HP Tuners, and under VCM Scanner, you'll find your channel configs. There's my master, and your charts, your gauges, your graphs, your layouts, your log files. There'll be a copy of your log file in here when you actually log data, but it won't be in there on the desktop version. because you're not logging on this computer. You're not actually connecting this to the car. Your mass will all be here. It's very important you save your mass because you're going to create a lot of math parameters, and there'll be times when you want to use them and times when you don't. And then vehicles are going to be your vehicle profile. Of course, that requires you also to be connected to the car before it stores them. When we got them, we just pulled the data off of the log file. So that is not the same thing. But don't worry about it if this is your desktop. If this is your laptop, you should see your vehicle in there. Okay, so this is a short one. I only wanted to show you this so that we didn't miss it. And the next video, we're actually going to get into, we're going to start tuning our car. So we're going to set up the first tune, and it's just going to be preliminary things. And during that tune, this is the point now where you break the law. So technically, once you tune your car, it becomes no longer a street vehicle. I don't have smog tests in my area, but if I ever moved to one and I had to get smog checks done, it may not pass. So you have to take those things into consideration if you're going to go to the next level here. And you also, all of my videos from this point on will contain a disclaimer at the beginning of the videos. Up to this point, we've done nothing illegal. We're just monitoring the information. Even a unlocked PCM in your vehicle is not illegal as long as it passes smog. The code 1400, some smog stations will balk at that. You can go to arbitration, and they will most likely disregard that and give you your smog certificate. It's just a pain in the rear, but that's what happens. So from this point on, if you're going to tune, you're going to need for 2009 to 2014, you don't need to do anything. Your PCM is unlocked. 2015 to 2017, you will need an unlocked PCM. You can get that from HP Tuners. I do recommend that you use their services and not someone else's. Their services, the cost is reasonable, and they do an excellent job. You have two options. One, you can take your current PCM and send it in, and they will unlock it and send it back to you. The other option is that you can take your current PCM out and replace it with a new PCM that you get from HP Tuners. That's the method I use. And I do that because I need a backup. If I do something and it becomes irreversible for some reason and my car won't run, I want to make sure that I can drive my car. It's my daily driver. So I can simply put the original stock PCM back in it. That is the route I go. I'll leave that decision up to you. Now, if you have a 2018 on up, you're going to need a security bypass cable. Now, you can use the security bypass cable that HP Tuners has. That does require dash bezel removal, radio removal, and then you can get to the secure gateway. Once you get the secure gateway, you just put the cable in. You can then use your OBD2 port in the vehicle to access the CAN C bus. You won't be able to access the other buses, but you can get to the CAN C. Now, on my 2023, I chose to use a product from Z Automotive. It's called a double security bypass cable. It actually connects in the trunk. There is a star bus, or star hub, right behind the passenger seat in the back seat. And you lift out the liner, and underneath there you'll find a box. You plug it in there. You get power from your battery. It's a complete kit. It's got everything in it. And then I get an extension cable and I run it up to the front of the car. Works real simple for me because I can then use, with the 2022s and 2023s, they will throw a ton of codes. Most of the codes will clear. Some of them don't clear right away, but some of them, they will eventually clear. You can use HP tuners to clear DTCs, but it won't get all of them. It'll only get the ones that are on the CAN C bus. And there's a ton of codes that aren't. Things like your ABS module, steering control, tire pressure sensors, all those things are going to throw codes. So I have an Autel MK900 Maxi. That's a $700 investment. It's well worth it to me because I just put it on since I have my security bypass cable in my trunk, I take and connect my Maxi to the Autel to the OBD2 port, and I can clear every code in the entire system. It does have what's called auto auth. Auto auth is a service that you pay for. It's about $60 a year, I think. And that opens up the secure gateway, and you can access every module in the car. Now, some people like to use Alpha OBD. It does not play well with HP tuners, so you don't want to put it on the same computer as HP tuners. You want to run that separately on a different computer. So to me, the cost of another computer to clear those codes made no sense to me. I went ahead and got the Autel instead. So those are your options. But those are things that are coming up, so get ready. If you've got all your stuff ready to go, great. If not, go get it and change out your PCM if you need to. You're going to need to anyway. If you've got a 2015 on up, you're going to change out that PCM. If you're lucky and you've got 09 through a 14, and you're ready to go. Let's rock and roll. Okay, like and subscribe, folks, please. I need the likes. I need the subscriptions. I'm going to try to make a little money with this. I don't know if I'll ever be able to, or if YouTube will ever pay me for this, but we'll find out. So you all take care. Have a good one, and we'll see you in the next lesson. Get ready to tune. Thanks. Bye.